I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed. I'm a real fan, so I understand Subriel Matias. It wasn't his night, but I don't understand why he didn't throw 80 combinations like he always throws in his other fights. I don't know if he was caught up with the Liam Paro moment, his big debut defending his title in Puerto Rico in front of his people. Like that was the opportunity to annihilate Liam Paro. You know, you know, Felix Tito Trinidad was edging him on, telling him to throw combinations. I don't understand why Subriel Matias um, allowed Liam Paro to outbox him like that because Liam Paro did never hurt Subriel Matias. Subriel Matias hurt Liam Paro. Like there was a time where when Subriel Matias started throwing more combinations, he was hurting Liam Paro, but he needed to step it up a little bit more because like I don't understand why he didn't throw 80 to 100 combinations in the first round or at least after the third round because I figured he was playing possum in the first 3 rounds, and then afterwards he was gonna go full throttle. But I think Subriel Matias was caught up with the moment. Like he wasn't ready for that big debut to defend in front of all his Puerto Rican people. I'm so disappointed. Like Felix Trinidad would have definitely even fought even harder. Like because if you're having an opponent or a rival go to your home country, you got to let him know you're not gonna come to my country and take my belt. Like that should motivate you even more to win the fight. I just don't understand why Subriel Matias. I think he was nervous. If you look at the fight, if you look at him before the fight, he was enjoying celebrating the successful turnout, which was really impressive. Like a lot of people really do follow Subriel Matias in Puerto Rico. He's very he sells in Puerto Rico. But the thing is, I think that he probably didn't take Liam Paro as serious as he should have. And I'm not looking for excuses. Liam Paro won. He won. The fight was close towards the end, and I know that the referee took a point away from Liam Paro. I know that was some home cooking, tendencies. I guess because he's fighting in Puerto Rico, so they were trying to. I think the people in Puerto Rico like wanted him to win, so the referee they were who knows if he was paid off to take points away from Liam Paro as much as possible. I know Liam Paro was coming with his head a lot when he was fighting, so that's understandable. But what he said to him in the corner, what the judge said to Liam Paro, like, you never respect me, man. You never respect me. I told you before the fight to respect me. You don't respect me. So I think there was some politics there, But I feel like Eddie Hearns. We don't know if what happened behind the scenes. I'm not gonna be a conspiracy theorist, but as far as Eddie Hearns, he probably I don't know if he told Subriel Matias don't throw a lot of combinations. I don't know if Subriel Matias agreed to that. I just don't understand why Subriel Matias, but there's something fishy about that. Like why Subriel Matias didn't fight the way he always fights. With Liam Paro, he didn't throw a lot of combinations, and when he did throw a lot of combinations, he was hurting Liam Paro. I saw it. When he went back to his corner, Liam Paro, my wife looked at his face. Liam Paro looked shook in one part. The only one that was hurt in the fight was Liam Paro. Subriel Matias was not hurt, but he lost the fight because he let Liam Paro get into his game plan. Like he was supposed to take him out of his game plan. I think that Subriel Matias has the opportunity and the possibility to avenge his loss if he fights him in Australia. I think Liam Paro was ready for the moment, and I think Subriel Matias was overwhelmed by the moment, and I think that's the reason why he lost. He didn't pull the trigger the way he should have. The fight was close, and I think after the ninth or 10th round, but I feel like the points that they took away from Liam Paro made it closer than it was. But I think that Subriel Matias could win in a rematch. And I feel like he fights better when he's against all odds. That's what he said. But it's just very disappointing because I feel like you should be able to fight even better in your country and defend your country. Especially somebody's coming to your country, they're coming into the Lion's Den. Felix Tito Trinidad would have never allowed that. Felix Tito Trinidad would be like, you come to my country, I'm going to break your ribs. You don't belong in here with me. That's how Subriel Matias was supposed to approach the fight. But it's like my son said, he probably didn't take it as serious like that. He's fighting in his homeland of Puerto Rico. Like he probably didn't take it as serious as somebody like Felix Tito Trinidad. But at the end of the day, I got love for Subriel Matias, and it's not easy to be in a position like that where you are breaking into the mainstream, where everybody's supporting you. You're gonna become a bigger attraction, and he proved that he's an attraction, Subriel Matias, because he sold out the arena. There was over a million people at the gate, at the live gate. So he did. His name does have marketing power, and he's definitely he has people that watch him. You know, he has a lot of fans, but I feel like he's a very big disappointment, man. Like when you were supposed to shine, you didn't pull the trigger the way you should have. Like the, that's so upsetting, and I've been sad since I got up in the morning and after the results of the fight. I just you know Liam Paro, I give him credit for winning the fight. I'm not taking nothing away from him, but I feel like in the rematch, Subriel Matias could beat him the same way he avenged his loss with Ananian. He knocked him out after he lost to Ananian. I think he could do the same thing with Liam Paro, because in that fight, Liam Paro didn't hurt Subriel Matias at any point of the fight. I think Subriel Matias hurt him in the fight whenever he pulled the trigger. But he should have pulled the trigger more. He should have threw more combinations. He gave away too many rounds, and I feel like the fight was competitive, but he let the fight get too close, and he allowed Liam Paro to escape and with the decision and to fight his game plan. He let Liam Paro fight his fight, box, use angles, hold, because I know he was hurt a lot. Liam Paro was hurt a lot. He was holding a lot because he was hurt a lot. But I'm so disappointed. I thought Subriel Matias was gonna bring more to the game, especially if he's fighting in his home country in Puerto Rico, his country. I thought he was going to bring more to the table, and I thought that was going to elevate his game even more. But it's a big disappointment, man, him losing, and I'm so devastated by this loss. But I still support him. I was gonna get a Subriel Matias shirt if he would have passed this test, but unfortunately, I'm not gonna get a shirt of Subriel Matias. But I still support the brother. I still support my Boricua fighters and all fighters. It's not easy to do to get in that ring and go to the next level. It takes a certain special person, special athlete to do that. And I give my credit to Tank Davis. I didn't get to see the fight because I was watching the Subriel Matias fight, but I kept going back and forth on the channels, and I was able to see David Benavidez. I was able to see Gary Antoine Russell. Gary Antoine Russell, he's good, but he's not ready for a boxer with abilities that can move like that Dominican guy Puello. He really, yeah, he schooled him. I think he schooled Antoine Russell. Antoine Russell was just trying to knock him out, and Antoine Russell he was talking a lot before the Subriel Matias fight, and he was saying that Subriel Matias fights like a foolish person. He's foolish too. He's foolish. Like Gary Antoine Russell's not a boxer. You don't know he's not a great boxer. He's a slugger. He's a brawler. So he got schooled by I think a great fighter. Puello's good. He's the truth, and he has boxing skills. He used a lot of angles, and he set up Gary Antoine Russell with a lot of counters. He used a lot of angles, and he was open. Like Gary Antoine Russell he was able to like hit Puello, but he wasn't able to overwhelm him because he wasn't ready for that level. He's not ready for a boxer or a boxer puncher. He's just a brawler, Gary Antoine Russell. So he needs to start to the drawing board. He needs to go back to the drawing board and pick his career up. Gary Antoine Russell has power, but he don't have any skills like the way he's trying to portray himself to be. He's not a boxer. He's more of a slugger. He was just trying to knock out Puello. He didn't have anything else to the game. Yeah, he was patient, but he was setting up his punches, but he wasn't like boxing. He wasn't boxing. He was just going forward. So I don't know why he acts like he has something better than Subriel. I just feel like Subriel will still beat him. It would be a good fight if they ever fight. But I feel like right now they're probably gonna do hopefully Liam Paro rematch with Subriel Matias. Hopefully Subriel Matias gets his belt back. But he left a lot to be desired, man. Subriel Matias, man, let me down, and he let down Puerto Rico. But at the end of the day, only he knows what he was dealing with, and it was overwhelming for him to fight in front of his people in a big stage like that. we don't know what a fighter feels, but you have to be ready for that moment. If you made for that and you're a champion and you're a true champion, you're prepared for moments like that. But I guess he has to be, the odds have to be against him, and he has to fight in other people's homeland to bring the best out of him. That's what he said. So, you know, thank you for tuning in to Tony Also Knows Boxing. I had to give a reaction to the fight. Subscribe to my channel. Click like, love. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Unfortunately, I've been promoting Subriel Matias really hard. I've been going hard for him. I really thought he was the goods, and I thought he was something special. But I still think he's a good fighter. But maybe I overestimated him. Maybe I kind of gave him too much credit. He needed to prove himself. But at the end of the day, we'll see what happens from here on in. But yeah, David Benavidez, I saw the fight, and it looks like in that weight that he's in, like when he's in a bigger weight class, like 175, he's not as powerful as 168. I feel like it was a dominant performance by by David Benavidez, but it wasn't like I wasn't like really totally in awe, impressed by this decision, but I think he did what he was supposed to do. He dominated all the rounds, and he didn't knock out the guy. So I still think that he's the goods and he's the truth. He's real. I think that he's going to definitely beat Canelo for sure. Canelo at 168, he knocks out Canelo. But Canelo's physically smaller, but if you make 168, Canelo was fighting guys that were smaller than him a lot of times. Hey, Coqui, ¿qué pasa, hermano? Yeah, we didn't bring the title, we didn't keep the title in Puerto Rico, but we still we gotta keep our heads up and be strong and support our brother Subriel Matias. Um, yeah, yeah, it's really. I'm so upset. I'm so sad, man, about the results. Like I have not been the same. I haven't been my joyful self, but life still has to go on. But yeah, check out my music. Uh, Cansado del Engaño by Tony Also. Red Moon Music produced it in Puerto Rico. Check it out. Cansado del Engaño and Unite the Tribes by Tony Also. Those are my strong singles for the island of Puerto Rico. Matias seems to do things that wasn't in his element. The entrance, the low punch rate. Yeah, you're right. When he came in, he never does stuff like that. Like before the fight, he never interacts with the crowd. He just stays focused and walks in with a serious game face. And then he tried to do different stuff. Like he tried to fight without throwing a lot of punches, to showing something different. But I'm like, if you're gonna show something different, throw some punches while you do it. Don't just show something different and just keep your high guard up and not throw that many combinations. I mean, he did throw combinations towards the middle, but he didn't throw as much as he should have. Because every time he threw a lot of combinations, he did hurt Liam Paro. Let's get that. Let's get that fact straight in there, because he did hurt Liam Paro whenever he did throw combinations. Why didn't he follow up on it? I don't get it. I don't understand. You have to do what works for you. Don't do what doesn't work for you. Do what works for you. Why was he doing something different? If you're gonna do something different and it's not working, go back to the same stuff you was doing to get you to the point that you got to, where you was fighting in Puerto Rico in front of your people. Do what has worked for you, because whenever he threw combinations at Liam Paro, he was hurting the boy. He was hurting him. I had no idea why Matias' punches weren't heavier than usual. Matias hurts Paro, but it seems like Matias didn't have the same paralyzing damage he has on opponents. I thought Paro would slow down. Yeah, I mean, the way he looked like he was drained from the emotion of celebrating that this was his first title defense in Puerto Rico. I could be wrong, but I feel like he was emotionally drained, and that takes a lot out of you, man. Like when you promoting the fight, talking. Look, he was going back and forth with Regis Prograis. When he has a fight with Liam Paro, he was going back and forth with Regis Prograis, like on a FaceTime. I feel like that's so uncharacteristic of Subriel Matias. I think that he was promoting the fight too much, and he wasn't taking Liam Paro as serious as he should have. Because I feel like, don't get me wrong, Liam Paro won the fight, but it was competitive whenever Subriel Matias threw any kind of combinations. But if he would have threw more combinations, he would have knocked him out. Because I saw it. I saw Liam Paro wasn't able to take that if he would have kept going. And it kind of feel like it was set up. I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist about it. I mean, because the referee was kind of like looking for a way to take away points from Liam Paro. Like that was probably, who knows? Maybe it was hometown. They paid him. They paid him to do that. I don't know. Maybe he did it within his own will. Oh, I want the hometown fighter to win. But I feel like Eddie Hearns wanted Liam Paro to win, and I feel like maybe they made a deal behind closed doors, like Subriel Matias, this fight you lose it, and in the rematch you make more money. I mean, anything is possible in boxing, anything. But I just feel like you know, Subriel Matias, my hypothesis is that Subriel Matias was caught up with the moment, and the moment was just overwhelming for him. And he did say before the fight in Spanish, yo espero que las emociones mías, los nervios míos no me traicionen para yo lucir bien en frente de mi gente en Puerto Rico. He said in Spanish that I hope my nerves don't betray me and I do what I'm supposed to do and defend my title successfully in front of my people of Puerto Rico. He said that before the fight. So I was like, that kind of gave you clues on like maybe he was trying to prepare himself for the moment and he didn't know how to deal with the all that support that he got. Because Subriel Matias is he says he's the type of fighter that he has to go against the grain and he has to like no he has to go like he has to fight where the odds are against him and he don't have the advantage and people are going against him. I guess because that's the way he lived his life. He had to surpass his obstacles and he had to overcome adversity where a lot of things weren't in his favor and he overcame it. That's the kind of fighter he is. But if you fighting in Puerto Rico in front of your people, that should be even more motivation for you to be like, you know what? This guy that's not from Puerto Rico is coming to my home country to try to take away what I worked so hard for. I'm gonna break his bones. He don't deserve to be in the ring with me. That's the mentality you gotta have. And I thought Subriel Matias was gonna bring that killer instinct that he always brings in all his fights even more because this was a chance for him to prove what he's really about in front of his people. This was like the big moment, the big splash to cross over and get all the respect from everybody in boxing and the people of your people of Puerto Rico. And I feel like I'm so disappointed. I'm so disillusioned because happy Father's Day to everybody, by the way. Happy Father's Day. It's great. There's not many fathers out there that are doing what they're supposed to. And the ones that are, we need to get our flowers. We need to get our respect. And happy Father's Day to all those people that are really there for their kids and supporting their kids and love their kids. Yeah, I think he did show too much respect for Paro, man. Subriel Matias had to show disrespect for Paro. He's coming to his country. That's a disrespect. That's a slap in the face. Like, Puerto Rico needs so much help right now, man. Puerto Rico needs so much support. We need something to look forward to. We need a hope. We need a lot of hope, especially what we're going through as an unincorporated territory of the United States. There's a lot of stuff that's happening to us. We're getting displaced in our own land. We're not treated like fair, and we're treated like we're foreigners in our own country. When this is Puerto Rico's ours. But I don't want to get into that because I did it again. Just check out my music, Unite the Tribes, Isla de Borinquen, and Cansado del Engaño by Tony Also, TonyAlso. It also stands for Always Learning, Surpassing Obstacles. So check out my music. I got 3 albums: The Prodigy of Albizu Campos, The Monumental Truth, and a gospel album, Tony Also for Christ, the autobiography. But yeah, I keep it real, and it's a hip-hop R&B album. The Monumental Truth is a hip-hop album, but I sing on the choruses, and I talk about real stuff that's going on. So check out Unite the Tribes. Check out Corona. That's a single that I got, Corona. It's part of the album, but I had to change the title because they blocked the song because I was saying too much stuff that was real, so I couldn't name it what I really wanted to name it, so I named it Corona. So a lot of people like that. It's a very powerful song about what's going on with the pandemic. So check out that. Check out Isla de Borinquen. Check out the salsa song, Puerto Rico. Check out the Monumental Truth. Check out The Prodigy of Albizu Campos. Those are 2 different albums. And check out my music, man. It's on all major platforms, Spotify, Pandora. I appreciate all the support. You want to hear all the stuff that I say, the political stuff, you can check out my music, check out my TikTok. I got videos of me singing on TikTok, but I also have videos of me talking about political stuff on TikTok, so you can check that out on my TikTok channel, Tony Also 7. You'll find me, Tony Also on TikTok. And I appreciate everybody tuning in. Yeah. You're right, Koki. I wish Panda yelled at Matias in round three to pick it up and tell him that this is his three daughters and his wife and his past brother. Like, yeah, he didn't motivate him the way he should have. Sometimes you need a Boricua to do it. Sometimes you need a Boricua because they feel different. The feeling is different when you Boricua. You're connected to like you're more connected to like the island and stuff and your people. But don't get it twisted. Panda's a great trainer. Panda's a great brother. He got a good heart, and he should have motivated Subriel. When he was falling behind, he was making it seem like Subriel Matias was still in the fight. No, you gotta tell Subriel Matias, you gotta win this fight. Your daughters are watching you. Felix Tito Trinidad's here. This is for your people. This is for your brother that passed away. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're 100% right. I agree with that. Goki, I agree with that. Word up, facts. But I send my love. I didn't say condolences though. I send my support to Subriel Matias on Facebook. I gave him love, and I just let him know that I ain't changing with you just because you lost. Like, I still support you, but I told him that I was disappointed with the performance. That's the thing. I was disappointed with the performance. I was disappointed with it. Like he could have did better. He hurt Liam Paro. I don't understand why he didn't throw a lot of combination. And Liam Paro, yeah, I know Liam Paro, man. He did his thing. I ain't gonna take away nothing from him. But in the rematch, I think Subriel Matias has a chance to beat him. Yeah, man. It's not easy. It's not easy, man. Especially you follow Subriel like that and you making videos about him, supporting him. I still support the brother, but I'm just disappointed, man. Puerto Rico needs somebody big, man. Somebody to really give us hope. Because we're going through so much as a people, man. So I don't want to get into no politics. But Gary Antoine Russell, he showed that he still needs a lot to learn, and he's limited. He's good, but he's limited. And I already said what I feel about David Benavidez. I think that he'll do better at 168. He's not going to be able to have the same level of power in the higher division, but he still dominated. He still did what he was supposed to, but it's better if he fights at 168. It's stronger. And with Tank Davis, I didn't get to see the fight. My son saw it, and he told me that Tank Davis, well, we saw the highlights. He knocked him out. I think it was round 5, right? What round did he knock him out? But Tank Davis, what I heard, this is what my son told me, that Frank Martin tried to box with Tank Davis. You can't, if you're not a boxer, don't try to be a boxer. That's not you. You got to do whatever works for you. And I feel like Tank Davis could do both. He can box and he can punch. And I feel like the guy that could realistically has a chance to beat him is Shakur Stevenson. And that's not really a guarantee, but I think that Shakur Stevenson could outbox him and dominate him. But the way he fought De Los Santos, hopefully that's true that he hurt his hand and that's why he looked like that. But he can't. If he had trouble with De Los Santos, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I think he did hurt his hand, Shakur Stevenson. So I think that with Tank Davis, he has a chance to beat Tank Davis. But Tank Davis has the equalizer and he can box. So I'm thinking that is a fight where I think that Shakur Stevenson has a chance to win, but it's a 50-50 fight. Anything can happen in that fight. But I think Shakur Stevenson does have the better boxing pedigree, but Tank Davis has enough of a boxing pedigree and power that he doesn't have to box as much if you don't need to, and just catch you. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. It's an intriguing matchup, but Teofimo Lopez, I don't think is mentally ready for Tank Davis. I don't think, ever since he didn't avenge his loss to Kambosos, and he hasn't looked good in his last 3 fights, which I think he didn't really win them, I don't feel like he's a threat. I think he lost it. I think he's definitely trying to cash out. Teofimo Lopez is calling out Crawford when he hasn't even avenged his first loss to Kambosos. I feel like he's doing that because he knows he don't have it anymore. He said it live on TV, and I feel like he's just trying to cash out on the biggest fights he can make possible before he retires, because he doesn't want to lose the opportunity, get another loss by somebody that's not that big of a draw, and then he don't have the opportunities to fight the big, fighters like Crawford and make money. You know what I mean? Like, cause he wants to make money, and then, I know he don't got it no more. He's not he don't got it as much as people think they say he has it. Teofimo Lopez has lost it. Yeah, what up, Nick? What up? Tony also knows boxing. It just came in. Yeah, we're talking about the Subriel Matias loss and how he disappointed a lot of people. Um, but at the same time, we know that the moment can actually overwhelm some fighters, and I feel like that was the opportunity for him to like shine and elevate his game because he's fighting in front of his Puerto Rican people, Subriel Matias. So yeah, so I feel like yeah. So if you watch the beginning of this video, you're gonna see what I said about Subriel Matias, and I just feel like yeah, yeah. Tank Davis did his thing. He did his thing. Subriel Matias, he hurt Liam Paro, but he didn't pull the trigger the way he should have. And I feel like he got overwhelmed by the emotion and the moment of the fighting in front of his people in Puerto Rico. That really took effect to him, and I think that he overlooked Liam Paro. But every time Liam Paro got hit by Subriel, a combination, he hurt Liam Paro. Liam Paro never hurt Subriel Matias, but Subriel Matias allowed Liam Paro to kind of like dictate most of the fight, even though it was even like in around 10th round. But I think that he let Liam Paro dictate the fight because he was able to box and hold and hold and hold for dear life because Subriel Matias did hurt him whenever he did a throw combination. Subriel Matias wasn't the Matias that we all seen. Like he always threw back in the other fights before this fight, he threw like 80 punches to 100 punches every round. He wasn't fighting like that. And I don't understand why. Because, like every time he threw any kind of combination on Liam Paro, he hurt him. But he needed to up his game and elevate, the way he throws his combinations, increase the combinations. Felix Trinidad was saying that. He was saying that he has to throw more combinations. He had his family watching the fight, and I just feel like he blew it. Like he didn't pull the trigger. But I think in a rematch he could beat him in Australia, definitely. But he has to throw a lot of combinations. You got to do whatever worked for you. You don't do new things if they're not working. Just go back to the old stuff. If you see the new things are not working, go back to the old stuff and do what was working for you, what got you to the point that you are now in your career. You got to do whatever got you to where you got to in your career if it worked. But if you keep working, keep doing it. But if you try new stuff and new stuff is not working, don't do it. It's going to be detrimental to your career. Detrimental to your career. What do you think about the crowd atmosphere in the Saudi fight? I think, well, the crowd atmosphere, like as far as the fights over there, I missed the Tyson Fury one. So I can't really tell you because I wasn't able to see the Tyson Fury one because the time difference kind of threw me off. But as far as the Saudi, the people behind making the fights happen, I think it could be good for boxing because they're putting the money in it. But you're not asking me that question. You're asking me about the crowd atmosphere, right, in the Saudi fights. I haven't seen the atmosphere yet. I would have to look at it. But I appreciate the question, Nick F. I don't know what the F stands for, but Nick, man, I appreciate you tuning in. Subscribe to my channel. It's weird. The fighters are big, but they don't really cheer. They are all on their phones. See, I don't like that. The Saudi fans running for me. Yeah. They just gotta make a better, like they should make a David Benavidez versus Canelo instead of David Benavidez Crawford. I think Canelo might have the advantage in the weight, but I could be wrong because sometimes skills just pay the bill and they win, But I feel like it's a weird atmosphere. Yeah, I don't like when people are on their phones because I feel like it takes away from the natural engagement and the appreciation of what's going on at the moment in the boxing arena and the strategies and the skills. Like, how are you going to pay attention to the strategy and skills if you're on your phone? I just feel like it takes away the natural element of appreciation. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make us disengage. I don't want to get into the politics, but it's we've always been socially distant before the pandemic. So yeah, the phones. It's another way to keep us separated, and unengaged. Gotta stay connected to the frequencies, man. I talk about this in the music too. Check out my music on all major platforms. Tony also check out my music too as well. But yeah, the fights. Like I remember, I went to a show in New York with my wife, and it was the theater. It was like Alicia Keys had like a Broadway play, and everybody can't be on their phones, and every song that they sang in the Schubert Theater, every song that they sang, it was a theme for all the scenes in the actual play. It was telling you a story, so we were all engaged. People were crying. People were really engaged. Even I cried. Because I felt it. So nobody was on their phone. So we was able. I like that because we were able to engage in the experience, the emotion, and the story, the theme of the songs. We felt it because we wasn't on our phones distracted. We was able to appreciate the show for what it was, and it was an Alicia Keys Broadway play. It's very popular, really good. If you want, you can check that out. But I'm not promoting that. I'm just saying, man, it's better when you're not on your phone. Fans in the States are hyped. They appreciate the fights. The atmosphere is sick. Yeah, man, I agree. I feel like in Puerto Rico they appreciate the fights a lot because it's like a way of life over there. Boxing is like a way of life. Mexico, like boxing is a way of life. In the United States, it could be like that too, but it's not a way of life like the way it is in the other countries. But I see what you're saying as far as like the Saudi. I have not seen a show from there, but from what you're saying, I believe you. I'm gonna have to see one of their shows and do a comparison. Yes, you're right. Yeah, we do. We do. Ricans stand by their fighters, man. Like Subriel Matias, win or lose, when we still love them. The real ones, the real Boricuas. But the ones that are not real, they say, oh, he's nothing. After they said that he was good and all that, I still support the brother. I'm just disappointed, man. Disappointed. Like he has to give me a reason to get excited again. Right now, he got to reconstruct and start from the beginning again. But anyway, I'm gonna get off this live because I've been here for a minute. But Nick, mad love for you. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for all the questions and contributing to my channel. My channel is your channel. We're all family here. I got love for everybody. Okay, before I go, I'm gonna answer your question. What do you think of Belanga? I was hyped for him, but he got a questionable chin. Look, Belanga he ain't ready for Canelo Alvarez. He's not. He just got a name. He's popular. He got power, but he got to work on the skills. He's improved. He's improved in his last few fights. He actually knocked out the last fighter. I think he was undefeated, but he was like 33 years old. But Belanga, I'm not really too sold on him. I'm not. Even Xander Zayas, he kind of like let me down. Xander Zayas is a lot better than Belanga, but he left a lot to be desired. He should have been able to knock out the last fighter that he fought, Xander Zayas, but I think he's better than Belanga. Belanga is no Tito Trinidad. He's no Cotto. He's no Wilfred Benitez. If he fights Canelo, it's because of the name. This is the way boxing is nowadays, man. No frills matchup. Come on, man. Give us some real pure, steak or healthy food matches. Don't give us synthetic ingredients. Don't give us the synthetic, fake, no frills fight. That's it for me, and my time is out. Subscribe to my channel, Tony. Also, one love.